Only when you can do good to yourself, only when you can do good to yourself can you do good to others. It doesn't work any other way. Maybe people say that's not true. It is true. It is realistically true. This is how it works. If you are not enlightened, forget about enlightening anybody else. It will be a mistake. If you don't understand, how are you going to make anybody else understand? Which brings us to the point of who are you? What are you? And what are you all about? This is very important to understand. This is being said. Let me tell you a story that cannot be spoken. And if you don't understand it, you cannot recite it. You cannot tell it. What is the story? The story is that in the human being is a little bit of the infinite. So, you've heard before that the infinite is in you, right? So what's new? What's new? This is what's new. Go experience it. This is where my message takes a complete different turn. It's not about, oh yeah, just believe me that, all that good stuff is in you. There is a lot of people who talk about the infinite, but nobody talks about experiencing the infinite. There's a lot of people who talk about, oh, just be good, be kind. But nobody says experience that kindness. Be kind becomes a thought, not a feeling. I always thought kindness was a feeling. You feel kindness. You feel somebody's kindness. You don't go up to somebody and say, I'm being kind to you. So what does it feel like to feel kindness? I'm not going to tell you. Because I want you to feel it in your life. If I say it and you believe it, or what I say, I have failed you completely. And I just want to go back and I want to relate to that little part, the untold story, the unspeakable story, that the essence of the infinite is in you. On one hand, you being alive should mean everything to you. Everything. And that every day you accept it as the greatest gift. And what does your heart want? To dance, enjoy. What does your being want? To bathe in peace. That's all. To love being here. Being here. Not here in this hall, being here. Being. To love being. Exist. To understand. Learn about the self. When you learn about the self, you cannot ignore the infinite. If you try to learn about the infinite, you will forget about the self. But if you learn about the self, you cannot ignore the infinite, because the infinite is, whilst you are alive, encapsulated in the self.